We've got the beets, an abundance of beets, so we're turning them into pickles here. Pickled beets, onions, and eggs. I know it sounds a little weird if you've never done it, but if you've tried them, you know exactly where we're going, and that is on the top of a salad. Even I like them sliced thin and put on a sandwich just because they bring a tanginess to it as well as the crunch. Two different ways here. The way that we're going to do this, number one, you can do the easy boil method. I like the boil method because you get the pretty red liquid coming out of the boil method, whereas if you go the other route and you roast them, you get more flavor. You get a sweeter flavor, but you don't get the liquid in there. And once they're roasted, the skin literally just comes right off. Just get a little paring knife, and once you break the skin free, you can just take your fingers and continue to peel the beet all the way around. The skin just almost wants to come off by itself here. Now the problem with that is your fingers are going to get stained, so if you've got the gloves, you can use those, or if you take a paper towel and use that almost like a washcloth and scrub back and forth, it too will grab the skin and just peel them off there for you. Or you can use a potato peeler, or in this case a beet peeler, to make them naked. Once that's done, you've got to think about your marinade. The normal marinades, and we'll put these online, are sweet and tangy at the same time. So there's a sugar or a honey mixed up with the vinegar. That's just the base of what could be your vinaigrette. For what we're going to do here is we're going to take some Culinary Nunnsense, which means we're going to push it to a little bit more of the spicy side. And to accomplish that, we're also going to think about sweet and tangy as well as sweet and spicy. So we're going to start with two types of vinegar. We've got rice vinegar as well as apple cider vinegar. We've also got the honey, so they're sweet and tangy. And the same thing here. This is May ploy. You can find this at grocery stores in the aisles that sell the Mexican food, the Spanish foods, as well as some of the Asian foods, to go along with the May ploy, which is also sweet and tangy. I want a little bit more heat, so we're going to bring in some sriracha. You can also use dry peppered flakes if you want to put those in. To start this off, the vinegar goes first. We're going to need to warm this up, so I'm putting it into a warm mixing bowl. You can use a saute pan if you want, but I like the idea of being able to get in and stir at the same time. The next thing we need to add is the honey. Putting the honey in a warm liquid will make it easier to dissolve as we stir the honey and the vinegar. Having the vinegar hot, it makes the honey a lot easier to dissolve inside of the liquid. The other idea is so you can use sugar with this, whether it's white sugar or the turbinado, but you still want a warm liquid to put it into. It helps it to break down a little bit faster, dissolve faster. A lot of the directions, ingredients that are going to be for these pickle types are going to say to boil it. That's recommended if you're doing canning. I'm talking really long-term type of storage. This, the way Cindy and I go through them, they last a week or so. So all you have to do is bring the liquid up to a warmer temperature to allow those to, whether it's your sugar or your honey, to dissolve. Now that we got the sweet stuff in there, let's go ahead and make it spicy. We got about a tablespoon of sriracha. That's going to turn this a little red, but as soon as we add some of the pickle juice, or the beet juice rather, to it, you'll see that it turns that familiar garnet color. Very dark, dark red. And we'll stir in the May ploy, which also has its own sweetness to it. What I recommend at this point, give it a taste, because it could be a little too spicy. You can always thin out or at least ease the sting by adding a little bit of water. And I've added about a cup of the reserved beet juice from the boiling method, and that right there is the base for our pickling solution. All we have to do now is add beets, and you can add raw beets to it, but again, the reason I like the either boiled or the roast method is that it does make them a little bit more crisp tender. You can tell if you can just push the knife into where you can feel a little resistance, you know that these are done. On a roasting time, about 40 minutes. On a boiling time, about 25 minutes. And then all you have to do, peel, cut, and let's get ready to pickle. A couple of pounds of beets goes a long way, and you'll be eating on it for the next couple of days. Once you get them into the pickling solution you like, be it spicy or be it the sweet and tangy, put them in an airtight container, cover up the beets with juice. It doesn't have to be that big. It can be the little 2-quart containers like these. Put them in the fridge and put them way back in the fridge. You need at least 24 hours. The longer that they're in there, the better they're going to be. And here's what you can do with them after they've had a chance to do some pickling. You can put them with a salad. Makes a nice little crunchy, sweet, tangy, tart, or even spicy addition to a salad or a sandwich. Or you can just put them together in a little bowl with some eggs and cheese, and you can have yourself some nibblings. I think no matter which way you do it, whether it's the sweet or spicy, when you pick these up and you get some stains on your fingers, you apply the vinegar, the tang, the thyme. When it comes to homemade pickled beets, a nice accompaniment for a salad, you two will be saying, We've got the beet! And there is none better.